Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. We got more snow overnight, so winter is still going on here in Kentucky. But we are going to do a really quick into the salmon, and then we're going to move on to chicken or beef or something else. And I was really pleased yesterday with how the bok choy and the salmon went together, so we're going to do up some more bok choy. However, we're going to do the salmon differently. So we're going to start just by chopping this back up again. And actually, I'm going to turn this stove on first so it's already ready to go. And I hope you're all doing well. I saw that the Baba's family did come back in coffins, which just absolutely broke my heart. And the fact that there were families with children there cheering about it was just, I'm sorry, that's just wicked. And anybody that supports Hamas or the Palestinians that did that, they need lots and lots of prayer because they're evil. I'm sorry, they're just evil. So, let's see how this is going. And we'll just toss that in there. It's not quite hot yet, but it will be. And then what we're going to do with the salmon is we're going to make crunchy Asian salmon. And so I have some farm fresh eggs here. You can see nice and yellow from the Good Healthy Diet. And we're going to coat these pieces in egg. And then, ooh, and I just made a big old mess. Okay, that's all right. That's what happens. And let's get a plate. Plate, and then they'll go in the frying pan. Okay, so we're just going to roll them around in some cornstarch. You can certainly add some seasoning to that. I'm not, because I took the sauce I made yesterday and I just added some honey to it. And making it harder on myself than I need to. Probably could have put this in a bag and shook them down a good old shake and bake. Okay. Anyways, that's just atrocious, and I think that you know what it reminds me of is What it reminds me of is if you've ever had a dog that's, protective, German Shepherd type, or, really any kind of dog, and someone pokes at them like with a stick, or, just rough with them, and the dog warns, and, people are laughing, and they think it's funny, and the dog warns, and people think it's funny, and then all of a sudden one day the dog bites. And then the dog's bad person. The dog's bad. Well, no, the dog wasn't bad. The dog warned and warned and warned. And I feel like that's what Israel is. They are poking and poking and poking. And as with most cultures, Israel really loves its children. Okay? I mean, you cannot fault someone for that. I'm a mom. Don't mess with my kid. One thing, if you mess with me, you mess with my kid and you bring the mama bear out. And I think we're poking a bear. And I think that bear has had enough. And I think we're going to see that happen. So anyways, I'm going to save this egg and just fry it up at the very end for the dogs. I don't like to waste anything, as you know. So, a little bit of garlic in here. And this is a really fast meal. That's the other thing I like about it. I'm going remember, garlic is like a superfood, okay? It helps your immune system. It helps detox, full of vitamins. So I really like garlic, if you haven't noticed. And it just jazzes up bland food, you know what I mean? So I have a plate in the oven. It's at 250. I just want to keep things warm. The nice thing about doing the vegetables first is that it's going to make plating easier at the end, okay? So I'm going to add some more avocado oil. So anyways, I expect that, especially now that there's allies in the White House, not people stabbing them in the back, that, yeah, Netanyahu's going to say, enough is enough. I'm just going to do this. Dredging is probably one of the things I don't do very well, but that's okay. The cornstarch just helps it get stickier and crispier. So this is crispy, sticky salmon. Okay? I'm sure it's gonna not be happy with me. And in the steamer, I'm just warming up the leftover sweet potatoes from yesterday. And because these are really little, they will cook fast. Salmon cooks fast anyways, but because these are bites. And I took the skin off, but you don't have to. The skin is edible if you like it, so don't worry about that. I usually give it to my dogs. That way they're getting salmon into their diet too. And some omega-3s, which are good for them as well. And I try as much as possible, and those better get turned. Hang on. Woohoo. So, anyways, I think Hamas overstepped, and we are going to see problems. And I don't know what they're going to be, but Zelensky also is acting like he's a Mr. Bad Boy, and yeah, I think he forgets about the video of him dancing in high heels. Just saying. You know, if you plan on being a world leader, I think no matter whether you're an actor or not, I think you got to be careful of what you do. Just saying. That kind of loses all credibility when you go to the bargaining table, in my opinion. Or maybe he never thought he was, but, you know, there's so much fraud, waste, and abuse going on. You know, somebody was asking me about it, and yeah, he has a house in Florida. Yeah, he has a house in Israel. And when I say a house, I mean multi-million-dollar house. Still want a little bit more crunch on that. The problem here is that they fall apart a little bit. They're not quite as stable as, say, like a chicken piece. They're a little bit flakier. So when you dredge them, they kind of fall apart, so you got to be a little careful. Okay. So that's what's going on. President Trump is talking about giving 20% of whatever Doge finds back to the people in dividend checks. I love that idea. Whether it will happen or not, I don't know, because Congress is involved in that, and Congress was the one that was stealing the money, a lot of them, and their friends. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, you know? Okay, so here we go. And they are going to be sticky, I'm telling you that right now. They're already sticky. So there's a reason that the Asians call it sticky. And like pot stickers. So, anyways, we'll see. Lots of planes still going down. We had that one that flipped upside down in Toronto. We had a mid-air collision in Arizona. We had a plane evacuate, I believe it was in Hawaii, because of a fire. So I don't know what's going on. You know, I mean, there is Project 2040, part of the 15-minute cities where they don't want the average person taking more than one flight every 2 years, I think it is, or 2 flights every, yeah, I think it's 1 flight every 2 years. It's pretty limited, and the distance is very limited. So, you know, this may be a way of knocking out competition. It may have to do with 5G and instrument issues. It may have to do with DEI. It may just be that Satan is the prince of the airways and he's really not happy. Gosh, I don't know. You know, I mean, it could be 101 things. This one I don't have an answer on. I just know that I don't think it's over. And on the bird flu thing, it, of course, more and more flocks are being killed. They're confiscating eggs at the border now. And there's a new documentary on Angel Studios, I believe it is, and it's by Salatan, and he is a regenerative gardener, farmer. And he was talking about herd immunity and how when you kill all the animals that are immune to a disease, you're actually lowering survival of that. And I agree. Scientifically, I think that's true. So I think the way that we're dealing with this is not very smart. But once again, you know, they're not going to listen to me. They're not going to listen to you. So what do you do? Well, I don't think you go crazy. You might want to learn how to water glass your eggs so that you can get them while they're available. Those last for years, and it's not hard. It's just lye and water and eggs. There's some good videos on, and I may do one someday on it. But, you know, raising chickens isn't cheap. You need a way to protect them from predators, and you need to feed them, and you need to care for them. And so, you know, the concept is great, but I don't think it's for everybody. I don't raise chickens because of that. I mean, I have a lot of predators around here, and I don't have a proper enclosure for them. I really like the idea of chicken tractors. But, I'd have to build one. And right now with, you know, slippy, slidey slopes and snow and everything else, that's not really high on a priority list. And what I'm going to do here is I have my sauce. That in there and cook it down a little bit. Turn this on. The steam's coming out and it's hot. So right now, it's not a real priority with me. In there and kind of let these soak up that sauce. I don't think it's, whoa, I am just tossing everything everywhere today. How about that? Okay. And burning myself, and oh my goodness, what a day. Okay, such is life. So we can turn this off. I think the bok choy can come out. This can just sit there and kind of get that goodness on it. My sweet potatoes from yesterday. Nice and coated. So, I hope you enjoy this dish. Somebody was asking me, I said, you sure eat a lot of salmon. And the reality is, a year ago, I did not. Well, not a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I rarely ate seafood, and I didn't cook it myself. But, you know, you realize, I'm not as healthy as I used to be. And so you change. And salmon's like a superfood. So I changed. You know, I mean, that's just kind of how it works. And I found I like it. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. So, why wouldn't I? Well, son of a gun. I am just making a mess today. Okay. I didn't used to cook in cast iron either. I was one of those that used non-stick. And then I studied and I went, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not putting plastics in my body. I'm not putting forever chemicals in my body. The ones I have, I need to get out. And yeah, so that was that. You know, I mean, and I think that's really what God has placed on my heart, is that you need to help others change too. And we all can do it, okay? There's no reason that you can't change too. And you saw this isn't, I spent most of my time kind of waiting for things or just kind of moving around. So there's crispy, sticky salmon bites over sweet potatoes with some bok choy. Super easy, colorful plate, and you can make it in 10-15 minutes. So another great meal for a weekday. When you come home and you're tired and you really don't feel like cooking, you can get this done before you can get to a store for pickup. And I know that there's delivery services now, but take care of yourself. Be healthy. Be willing to change. Okay, I'm just going to finish this up. But be willing to change. Be willing to, you know, I was thinking about, it's been 15 years since I had a gym membership and really took my health seriously physically. You know, I've been writing and I've been gardening and I've been doing, I have not stopped moving, but where I was really, you know, doing weights and doing workouts and playing tennis and really, really being an athlete. And I'm ready to get back to that because you know what? I don't like what my body did. When I do exercises that used to be easy for me and they're hard, I don't like that. And I'm not willing to age that way. So I'm not saying you have to do that. But I would start being more active because it's much harder to get it back than it is to maintain it. And go slow, you know, a little is better than none, but keep working at it. And so, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Have a very blessed day. Please like, subscribe, share. It helps the algorithm. Leave comments. YouTube really likes that. And I like that. I like to hear from you. I want this to be a community. I don't want this just being Penny going, you. I want to hear back from you. I want to hear concerns, questions, whether you like something, whether you don't, whether you'd like to see an adaptation. Maybe something sounds really good, but it's spicy and you don't like spicy. Maybe something is on the not spicy and you'd like to see a spicy version. Let me know. Okay, I'm Mama Penny. Let me know, and I will do my best to meet your needs. And in the meantime, have a very blessed day. Let the Lord be with you. Let He shine His face upon you and give you His countenance. Stay close to Him. Read the Bible. Now is not a time to be wandering off, little children. The sheep that wanders off, it's lambing season, and the wolves are out in the woods, and they're going to eat you, okay? And I don't want you eaten. So take care, be blessed, and have a wonderful day.